Hi, my name is Lindsay Fern. I am the Wine and Beverage Director at the Inn at Little Washington in Washington, Virginia. And I'm going to tell you about 4 different waters from 4 different water sources in the US. So the first one is a spring source. This is Mountain Valley Spring Water. It's a very popular brand in the US because of its excellent mineral content. It tastes great, and it has a very balanced pH of 7.3 to 7.7. The water comes from the valley in the Wichita Mountains, which is in Arkansas, and it has granite-based aquifers which naturally eliminate impurities, and granite has an excellent absorption rate and adsorption qualities. It takes the rainwater 3,500 years to travel through the geologic formations, and this imparts trace elements of minerality. And in addition to the natural filtration, the granite provides the water with lots of minerals such as um, uh, calcium at 67 milligrams per liter, magnesium at 7.2 milligrams per liter, and potassium at 1.4 milligrams per liter, with a total TDS of 220 milligrams per liter. This Mountain Valley Springs is surrounded by about 2,000 acres, which are bought and surround the springs to protect this water source. The next water that we have is artesian water, and this is coming from Tahoe. It's called Tahoe Artesian Water. It's built by shifting architecture of the earth. The aquifer comes from rests of hundreds of years from feet below the Rocky Mountains in the Sierra Nevada mountain range. Devoid of light and shuffling of humankind, the water spends hundreds of years being filtered through untouched layers of earth and rock and rests within the mountain's core. Naturally rising to the surface under its own pressure, artesian water carries minerals to our bodies without ever being processed in any way. Tahoe water comes from an honest single source, which is solely crafted by nature. It starts as snow and falling from the sky, and the snow melts and sinks into the earth below. The water then spends decades being naturally filtered through the earthen layers of the mountains. Once it's deep within the earth, the water then presses through small fissures and cracks found in hundreds of feet of granite, pressing down the aquifer beneath. And this timeless process removes impurity and instills Tahoe's artesian waters unique character while building the naturally pressurized aquifer from which we source. Under the soft, smooth taste of Tahoe artesian water is its high pH of 8.2. It's naturally occurring with no strong mineral taste, but it delivers all the benefit of an alkaline water without any unnecessary processing. Tahoe artesian water is has a natural low TDS of 98 milligrams per liter, and this results in a light, clean taste and a very smooth mouthfeel. It has 0 nitrates and is secluded and protected. It is a secluded and protected aquifer, which has never been exposed to pollutants, and it doesn't require distillation, chlorination, or any reverse osmosis. Well water proved to be a little bit more difficult, as it's not really disclosed very often, well waters for sale. But I did find one called Wiley's Well, which is a natural artesian well in the Colorado Desert of Southern California. It's west of Blythe, California in Riverside County. It's named after a storekeeper from Palo Verde and a postmaster named A.P. Wiley, who in 1907 made a shallow well deeper he made it deeper in 1876. In 1907, he made the original well that had been dug in 1876 by a stagecoach company and was frequented the nearby Bradshaw Trail. So Wiley expanded that well in hopes of attracting business to this remote desert store that he owned. And it was maintained by local ranchers and cattlemen for years. However, the water table started to rapidly fall, and the water's depth to 60 feet. It dropped below 60 feet within a dozen years. So today, the original well's depth is only 20 feet, and it's unfit for drinking. In 1985, the Bureau of Land Management drilled a new well, which is 965 feet deep, to support the well and the water coming into the area where there is a campground, and only one of 2 developed campgrounds in the Mule Mountains is the only one in the Mule Mountains area. So the water is hot at 90 degrees Fahrenheit and heavily mineralized, and it's pumped into a cistern to cool it and bring it to a suitable temperature for drinking. This site is also popular for people who are looking for rocks and geodes, crystals and quartz and jasper. I did not have any information about the mineral content of it, as it sounds like it's just consumed locally and probably processed at some point. And then we have some glacial water. So this is clear Alaska glacial water. It's coming from Eklutna Lake, which is fed by the Eklutna Glacier, created by the Harding Ice Sheet in Alaska. So the ice field is one of the remaining ice fields, one of the only 4 remaining ice fields in the United States, and is largely contained entirely. I'm sorry, I'm reading this wrong. The ice field is one of 4 remaining in the United States. It measures 7 miles long and 200 feet deep, and Eklutna Lake was carved over 10,000 years ago in the Holocene time period. The lake was named Eklutna, or plural river objects, by the Alaskan indigenous people. Sorry. The lake is located just 37 miles outside of Anchorage in the Chugach State Park. This is a 400,000 acre state protected area. It's nestled high in the jagged peaks of the Alaska Chugach Mountains, and the lake is over 800 feet above sea level before flowing down to the sea 17 miles away. The mineral composition of the surrounding earth and protected alpine terrain have influenced the glacial water with the exceptional measures of alkalinity, dissolved solids, and mineral balance. In contrast to depleted aquifers, Eklutna Lake is continuously fed by the Eklutna Glacier and is at an estimated recharge rate of 175 million gallons daily. The AGP is committed to being careful steward of this precious resource using less than 0.001% annually in their bottles. Yeah, so this is a still water. It's of superior virginality. The minerality is low. The alkaline is, it's an alkaline water. It's a moderately hard water and is approximately 10,000 years in the making. TDS, 94 milligrams. The pH factor is 7.9. Hardness is 81 milligrams per liter. Nitrate is 0.21 milligrams per liter. Calcium would be 26 milligrams per liter. Magnesium, 4.2 milligrams per liter. Sodium, 3.3 milligrams per liter. Potassium, 1 milligram per liter. Silica, 1 milligram per liter. Bicarbonate, 49 milligrams per liter. Sulfate, 26 milligrams per liter. And chloride, 0.8 milligrams per liter. Thank you.